Okay, thanks for all those interesting and inspiring comments. Since the issue of the permit was raised, I think I should be transparent and share with you the exact circumstances, all right? I've been applying for a permit every week, so I'm not sure if this will be the 4th or 5th week, but it's quite interesting because the police have been very cooperative. In fact, a lot of times they are the ones that remind me to apply for a permit. I mean, honestly, a week passes so fast, okay? And they obviously will not give, I mean, some of us are quite smart. They, why don't you ask for like a multiple entry visa? Of course, they don't do such things. But as I said, it's quite interesting that by Wednesday or Thursday, I will usually get a reminder to apply for a permit. And I've been doing it religiously, fill up whatever forms I need to fill up. And they've been cooperative. But this latest week, for some reason, technically I do not have a permit. Okay? Because I applied for one, but I did not get the call from the police to go and collect it. So because of that, I have not gone to collect it. But it may be just a clerical error or oversight. And in fact, this issue has been discussed with my fellow councillors. Most of them argue that I should not even apply for a permit because they say that a permit is not required to have a gathering within this compound. And they said if at all someone should apply for a permit, it's whoever wants to use this space. We'll make the space available, but if you want to use this space, then you should apply for a permit if you think a permit is necessary. If not, we will let you use the space anyway. But then, these NGO types like Haris Ibrahim are very degil, very stubborn. They will never apply for a permit. So I just do what I think it's fair. All right, so that's where we are. So if for any reason we are considered an illegal assembly, we will attend to that when the time comes. All right. Meanwhile, we'll carry on this new tradition. Someone told me that she's been out here every week for the past 10 weeks. This is the 10th week, by the way. We'll carry on this tradition. And of course, along the way, we've had people come up here to say, what's the use of this? The same people every week. What are we going to achieve? Now, I think, as Hari said earlier as well, it's not the numbers, really. It's the spirit. And in these days of the internet, we must keep this up because what we're doing here is transmitted throughout the country, is transmitted throughout the world via YouTube and all those nice things. And we will inspire people that change is coming. Of course, we have to be patient, but we have been very patient. I've got this theory. Again, some of you who are social scientists may do some research on this. I have this theory that major social change takes about 50 years. All right, whatever the reasons, don't ask me, but apartheid took about 50 years to be defeated. The Soviet bloc took about 50 years to be demolished. The Berlin Wall took about that time. Our own system, March the 8th, 2008 is almost exactly 50 years after Merdeka. So we are in a period of change, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And don't be disheartened. We are living in very interesting times. We are seeing the dawn of a new country. All right. Last week when our friend Raja Petra was here, he did say that we must all speak in Bahasa. Now, in PJ, the problem is everyone is so comfortable with English. But I really encourage everyone to come and speak in Bahasa, in Tamil, in Mandarin, whatever language you're comfortable with. Last week's speech by Raja Petra, I hope someone is posting it on YouTube so that our brothers and sisters throughout the country can listen to it as well.
It's already there.
Great, okay. As obviously I haven't searched for it yet. Okay, anyone else wants to share? Again, Speaker's Corner, it's a very basic right of the people. Even in Singapore, they have a Speaker's Corner now. But of course, lots of rules. I was told you have to subscribe the submit the script, I don't know, 1 week or 2 weeks in advance and this and that. But they have a speaker's corner, so we must also have one like this. So hopefully this is the beginnings of it.
Beginning, exactly. And then we should be able to throw questions to you and
sure.
you should be able to answer.
No problem. You can even heckle me, okay?
Dialogue, you know.
Yeah.
You should have a dialogue, not a monologue.
Yeah.
It's not
Sure.
I'm speaking, you know.
Sure.
Freedom of expression.
Absolutely.
And guys don't need a mic to speak.
Yeah. We hear you. Yeah. And the other thing is, let's be objective, okay? I know there are a lot of things we want to improve and change in this country, but change cannot be something that's unmanaged, all right? It has to be peaceful transformation. We have done very well as a country, but there are many areas that we want to improve on. I mean, I hate to make this comparison because I admire a lot of things that the Singapore government does. I admire their system a lot, right? But in terms of democracy, freedom, civil liberties, we are light years ahead of them. Really, we are. So we must appreciate that as well. You couldn't do this in Singapore, I tell you. You couldn't do this. All of you will be bundled to prison in the prison police truck.
Take too long, 50 years. I would be dead and gone by then.
Yeah, we're making good headway. We make sure we do it before you're dead and gone. That's a promise. Okay, anyone else want to share, please? Please don't be shy. Come and say your piece.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
What is the PR government doing to support this whole anti-ISA movement? I mean, the Mesra Rakyat in 5 states. Is anything happening? Is doing anything?
Okay, I cannot speak on behalf of the PR government, but I will definitely pass your message through, and hopefully I can come back and give you an answer in a week or two. All right?
No, they block commuting road. Why don't the government block the commuting road?
I'm sure they're looking into that because recently there was a suggestion that the Perak government should acquire the site from the federal government. Maybe they're looking into that. Okay.
Well, I just have one more question.
Yeah.
How is it that when something like this comes up, when the 3 people got arrested by ISA, the politicians all jump in and make a lot of noise about it. But when people like us, are holding grudges like this, that's it. No sound from them. No noise from any politician. Who at one point, jump on the bandwagon to support this whole move, against anti-ISA. What happened?
Good question. But let me tell you that we have the support of many politicians. But unfortunately, a lot of times, I guess they're so busy weekends as well. They've got their constituency. Okay.
ISA. How important ISA?
Most YBs, most MPs, most young Berhormats go back to their constituency during weekends, because weekdays, especially when Parliament is in session, they have to be here. Yeah?
And changing signboard. Is that important?
Well,
let's get our priorities right.
Okay, I think Zoro wants to share something.
This is session number 9.
Okay.
10. If my memory still holds, we have had visitors from DAP, CKR, even PAS, visiting us when we were in MCOT Mall, and even over here. Unfortunately, today maybe they are not here. We're all preparing for KT, Really preparing. Some of us will be there for the whole duration from eve of nomination to the polling. And we're not coming back immediately because we're going to celebrate that Saturday night. Okay. To the question, why is the Pakatan Rakyat government taking so long to make changes?